Good evening, all. Welcome to Saida's Orchid Room. Happy Juneteenth to you all today. I hope you're out enjoying this beautiful weather and staying caught up on all the festivities taking place this weekend in and around town. Here locally in Columbia, the Howard County area, we're having a Juneteenth festival celebration taking place today. It kicked off at 2 p.m. and it lasts until 8:30 p.m. It's various activities that includes food trucks, live music. They got a kids area. Also, artisans, a beer garden for those of you who like to get your brew on. Before I go any further this evening, I have a guest with me sitting in this evening for support. And she's somebody who I love dearly, very near and dear to my heart, my one and only, my daughter, Rashida Hammond. Say hello, love. You can just sit where you are. The camera's looking at you from that direction. And we're going to be hanging out over the weekend, taking it easy, and just catching up to smelling the roses, as I like to say. Also, if you're not in the know, AFRAM has kicked off this weekend. For those of you who are into celebrating and going out hearing the good music that the AFRAM offers, seeing the different artists, and performances start at 5 p.m. So they're underway as well. I'm not sure who is headlining for the whole weekend, but it's going to take place until Sunday. So hopefully, those of you who don't mind being out and about in the heat will be able to enjoy yourself with those free activities. I myself am going to try to pass through and keep my cool fan with me. Because, yes, it's real. Anyway, I wanted to just thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting Saida's Orchid Room. My kudos to you all because the subscriptions are increasing. We want to have at least 10 more subscriptions by the end of the month, June 30th. That is in about another 2 weeks. Please, oh, please support. Like the vibe and subscribe. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you like the dialogue on. And we'll take it from there. I know that some folks like to DM me opposed to actually making comments. I appreciate you all for that. Again, please share your comments with other folks because amazingly enough, there's more people thinking about what you have on your mind than just you collectively, which is great to know you're in a good community when it comes to people who are conscious, and want to keep upliftment going online opposed to some of the things that we're witnessing now. And with that said, Sunday is Father's Day. So I'd just like to know what some of you all have planned for Father's Day. I personally am torn between being committed, but I'd like to be able to spend some time with family, whether it's just out in the sun or whether we go out to a restaurant. Fortunately, my mom, she's up and about and feeling good. I'd like to take her out. And I'm not trying to shun any of the good fathers out there who are active in their children's lives. However, some of us have been reared with a mother who was also a father. So kudos to you, Mama. We're going to have us some fun on Sunday, and we're going to kick it off tonight. Okay? So in addition to wanting to have other spoken word artists on here, Tonight I'd like to share a poem with you all that I wrote a few years back. It's going to be in acknowledgement of my grandparents. Because of them, I'm here. And as I mentioned to you all in the last podcast, in the one poem that I read to you, I am them, they are me. We come from the strongest DNA. I wrote this with them in mind. So if you would allow me, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is titled Grandmother's Words. Always prepare for the worst. Not that you're trying to curse your life. Rather, you're staying ahead of trying times. My grandmother always told me when I was a child, you see, I was so blessed that I didn't realize at the time that I was what she had seen real trying times during the days prior to my creation. Long before I came along, she explained to me that my great-grandmother strove to survive in a world that wasn't so benevolent. During a time that was still cold to most Negroes. I mean, African Americans. I mean, black people. I mean, Asiatic descendants. Aboriginal people. Yes, we have all these terms that we have been called. But back in those days, Americans with Afroid descent were called any and everything but children of God. You continue to pray hard, she would say to me each and every day. Because the Bible says in Psalm 23, those who are the last will be first, and the first shall be last. I see now, as time has come to pass, her words rang with truth. She would heed. Prayer, baby, quenches our thirst. She would continue to say. This was followed by spiritual displays, especially in those days when wicked forces would attempt to steal joy. She would exclaim, "The Lord will provide." So much so that I would run and hide. I sometimes would cry because those outside thought she had lost her mind. Children and neighbors nearby, they would laugh, some would scream, others would taunt, truly mean. But she then would begin with a voice full of praise that gratitude would sure enough reach the skies in heaven's name. She would share her thanks for all she had by falling to her knees. You see, baby, she would say, as she looked my way, prayer is powerful. Gratefulness is key. You always pray and take action in order to remain free from chains of hell that reach out through human situations. You stay prepared for trying days, those days that all made to make you uncomfortable, because that's when you grow. Thank you, grandmother, for your words of truth and wisdom, for I love you so. Thank you all. I appreciate the time and attention you've given me, allowed me to share that poem with you. And I get moved so much when I think about my grandmother and the words she shared with me. So for those of you who still have your grandmother or your grandfather, please spend as much time as you can with them. Love them up. Get all their words of wisdom. Listen to what they went through at your age. You'd be so surprised that, yeah, the times may have changed as far as technology and such, but the path on maneuvering through the journey of life, nah, that hasn't changed it too much at all. So now, if you would allow me, I'm going to do another poem. And this one is dedicated to my grandfather, Raymond Makel. And I'm sorry, my maternal grandmother's name was Laura Dorsey Makel. And this was written in honor of my grandfather on his death anniversary, because both of my grandparents passed the same month, which was March. And again, because of their strong DNA, I'm here today. And this is titled My Grandfather's Legacy. I am so in need of this veil of darkness prevailing over my existence to be released. Feels like I've cried every single day since 2005. No, 2006. That's it, 'cause that's the year I had to say goodbye to one of my most dependable heroes. And that was my grandfather. Since then, seems like it's been a succession of ups and downs, mysteries revealed that I had no clue about. See, it seems like life was so much easier for me when he was alive. He was always so full of energy, just awakening in the mornings. 4 a.m. was how he thrived and persevered for over 35 years. Working for the Howard County Public Highways, his blood, sweat, and tears was what he gave to our family that in so many ways we had it made. Never did I realize how much he supplied our basic needs in the household. Everyday needs that we took for granted. Shampoo, toiletries. Oh yeah, not to mention the sliced hams and drumsticks, chicken drumsticks that he would bring packs of, just to make sure we would have dinner and lunches during the week. He also took the same deliberate steps to care for his mother's household, along with siblings that he loved deeply. Not to mention his very own household. In spite of losing his queen a good 15 years before his own very passing, his hard-earned dollars that kept our family blessed with a roof overhead, clothes on our backs. In fact, he did even more than that, up until the day he could no longer move on his own. In his own time, with his fast-paced stride, he provided time and time again for those he loved with pride, dignity, and sincerity. Oh, how fortunate and blessed I've been, and how thankful I am and grateful for having been blessed with some of the best grandparents one could ask for. My prayer is this, and that is to continue to follow in their footsteps by sacrificing and providing for those I love the most. So yes, at times I really can't hide the tears and the emotions I feel inside. 'Cause as I rise, I remember along the way that it was the determination of our ancestors that I live in favorable conditions. This is a tradition that I pray to bestow upon my descendants, as well as those I love as family and treasure the most. Therefore, I will persevere through the darkness of hell, for I am determined to build a solid foundation in life to give those after me my legacy. Thank you, Granddaddy. I appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you, daughter, for your support this evening. Thank you, Melvin and Disco Sundays, for your big support. As always, you help me to live out my dreams. And I'll see you all soon. Be safe this weekend. Take care. Till the next time.